And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk program. Oh my God. We've got the entry level, and which is the $5 people. And we got the $10 people open show. After this, it goes right to the public. Welcome back to the Crypto Hulk show. We're going to go over today some stuff. We're going to start off with that. On Crypto Hulk show, what I'm trying to do is get us opportunities to make money. My show is a program that evolves as crypto has evolved, as fintech has evolved, as all the payment companies and all the banks are right now evolving. They're evolving. We're going to read an article about FIS, Fidelity Information Systems. They are straight up telling you all the banks and financial institutions around the world, payments are evolving. So it only makes sense that this channel has to evolve, correct? Correct. My name is Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I may show stocks. I may show you cryptos. Don't do a damn thing. Don't buy anything. Don't sell anything. Just unplug. And everything on this show is bullshit. Every day, I since this show started, I'm including every single Crypto Hulk episode. I've been super high on cocaine, heroin, hashish, peyote, LSD, methamphetamines. I put them all in a blender, blend it up, snort it, drink it, keister it, whatever I got to do. Don't buy anything on a show at all. If I ever text you, whatever, all that shit's bullshit as well. I've got my weekend advisor right here. This guy is a supervisor on the weekend. He calls all the investment shots on the weekend, and then during Monday through Friday, this is the investor. This is the investor that I get my investment advice from, Zoltar. He's in a little box, and there you have that. Biggest liar on YT, this guy right here. Okay, now we got that bullshit out of the way. That's the legal disclaimer. We got Brian Edwards, first 5 people of the show. Brian showed up first. Cali Boy, 552 man, Blackout. And then Chris Stop. Yeah, it makes 5. Okay. She-Hulk is here. Cheedy Lee is here. Let me go through the names. Let's see. Cable Guy. David Marklick. Stu Lavelle. Michael Gilbert. Got Hyperscale Data B also. Mark says, looks like I'm getting dividends off GPUS. That is who we're going over today. We're going to start the show off with, and we'll talk about a bunch of, there's so much crypto news. Like, I'm telling you what, I was having a conversation with one of the $500 people. I think it was earlier today. Yeah. And then 2 of them, actually, maybe 3. But I'll summarize what I was just telling one of them. Like, look, man, don't worry about what the prices are. Don't even worry about some of this dumb shit news that's going on. You watch my program. We go over fundamentals. I invest, like, what I find, like what facts that I find. All the Ripple stuff I was showing you guys the other day, it's all set up. It's all fake. Okay, they got dark pools. That's why, like, one guy was telling me, yeah, it looks like Chainlink's down today. And I'm like, well, then fucking buy it, you know? I mean, if Chainlink goes down 15, 20%, buy the fucking shit. Man, it's in the news all the time. It's got all these connections, this, that. Like, I don't believe anything anymore that I see about pricing. Just buy what the fuck you think you got to, you know? They got all these dark pools, so they can buy and sell, and it won't show up. That's what these prices mean nothing at all, okay? Now, when the prices are low, that's when I'm going to buy and get access. I'm not waiting for a price to go up to buy it. But like, if I want a crypto, I'm going to wait for it to dump and then go in and buy it, keep it and hold it. You know, I don't care. I don't trust any of these exchanges and none of this stuff. They got all these loopholes. I looked at a crypto the other day. I put it on the deck screener. Lo and behold, one of the people that was dumping, it was one of the cryptos that we were looking into, the XCL one. I looked at somebody who was dumping like $4,000, and I went back to look. They never bought in. See what I mean? It's like they didn't start off green, because that's how you buy. On the deck screen, you can see when somebody first buys, and then it sells. No, this person was just red from the beginning, all red from the beginning. That's what I'm talking about, okay? All these exchanges, they're not regulated. They got backdoors for developers to come in and dump shit and make money on all of us. So that's what I don't care about the prices. All these exchanges manipulate price stuff, and so don't feel bad. Like you have no control over certain things. That's why maybe you can't get more than 30% profits on certain whatevers. That's just how it is. They got it all rigged. And I showed that the other day with Mt. Gox. I showed you how Jed McCaleb just straight up on his website in 2010 admitted if you got more than, what was it, $1,000, whatever, then you can buy in a dark pool and it doesn't show up on the order. But they've been doing this shit. Ripple. Jed McCaleb's Ripple, because he helped start it up. So Ripple's been doing all this shit for all these years. And all these exchanges, not just one, it's all of them, all these people. Do that sometime. Look on the deck screener when we go over crypto and find these people that are dumping and shit. Scroll all the way down to when they first bought and sold. Some of them, they're going to start off with red. There's no green. Ta-da, there you go. So that's how you know. If you see a lot of these people, so with certain cryptos, I won't invest in it. I'll look at it and I'll go down, and if it's all red, and that means that these people are all developers. And if this one guy has been all red and he's dumping, $300,000 of crypto, that's a developer that got a backdoor in and he's just selling off from day one. So I'm like, I'm cool, man. I'm not messing with that crypto. I'm not getting mixed up in that one. So anyhow, that is what I've noticed. I'm just looking at the dry powder. All right, let's go in. Timothy says GPUS and then B just showed up in my stock portfolio. So what we're doing at Crypto Hulk Show is we're evolving. Some of you guys are still chimpanzees out there. We've evolved into humans. We're going to look at this stock. Let me find it in here. Here's their website right here. Copy and let me paste it. So what I'm trying to do is give you guys different opportunities to make money. Now, you can buy and sell everything on this show, but just remember one day, and I'd encourage you, whatever, just do what you got to do. But I'd encourage you that one of these days, one of these cryptos is going to bump up, maybe $5, $10, $20, and you'll be out. Like, you'll be priced out. So always just remember that. Have a certain amount, maybe that you just hold, and then the other, you can flip it, buy it and sell it and all that stuff. But I'm trying to give you opportunities to make money. And Robert Driscoll, stocks, gold, crypto, the whole gamut. Thanks, Hulk, for changing it up. And that's what it's about. You got life. You have a thing called opportunities. So I got a good chunk of change in gold. Enough gold where it could buy me a house. If gold goes up and crypto just disappears, or we all get hacked, or the government plays fuck games and takes our shit and do you got enough gold to go buy a house somewhere? I mean, it doesn't have to be like the biggest mansion in the world, but can you buy a $300,000-$400,000 house somewhere? Buy it in cash. If not, you need to have enough gold where you can get about $300,000. Like when gold goes up, like not right now, I'm saying. But like if gold goes up to $10,000 an ounce, will you have $300,000? I mean, because you really kind of need it depends on where you're going to live, but you kind of need 300,000 to get a little bit of land and a house. It's brand new. It's not going to bust. Get yourself some solar generator backup, maybe a water tank just in case water goes out. Like, you want to prep or something, right? You don't want to live in some little shithole place somewhere, but I'm just saying. So on the Crypto Hulk Show, I'm trying to give you opportunities. We're going over different stocks and stuff you can get into. Bitcoin hit like what, 99,000 bucks today, or I think it did, like went under 100,000. Like, this shit, I don't care. It's all fucking dramatics. And all we know, 6 months from now, Bitcoin's at $500,000 So that's how this fucking game is played. Okay. They'll go in, dump these prices, buy on a dark, they're probably buying Bitcoin on a dark pool right now. Nobody even knows. It's not even showing up. Okay. I'm just not caring. Like, I just don't care what these prices are. If I want something, I'm going to go buy it. And then, I'll buy and sell whatever I want. But here is your hyperscale. Let me show that one again. Here is the website for hyperscale. So you got hyperscale data. They have a subsidiary code. Oh, this reminds me, because we're talking about different crypto companies. We're talking about different stocks on this program. So today's Tuesday. So on Thursday, Crypto Hulk has, let's say, an interview. It's a private interview. And it's with a tech company. I think it might, some people think I don't want to tell you where it's at. It might be California and Silicon Valley. I'm not going to give it away. But I'm going to go speak to some person, maybe more, that runs one or more tech companies, maybe in Silicon Valley. We're going to have a little chat. I'm going to learn about their corporation and see if I can be a part of the future of finance. I want to be a part of crypto, not just watching it, but I want to be involved in what's going on somehow. That's going to be exciting. So less than 48 hours from now, I will be having a phone call, actually a Zoom call, with a president of a fintech company or companies that do various kinds of, I don't want to say exactly what these companies are doing, but depending on how it goes down, then I can tell you maybe what company it is and some of the things we discussed. I'll talk with the president and or presidents, so I could be talking, different leaders and stuff. And I'll let you know if I'm able to have any kind of collaboration with the fintech company. I think that would be awesome. Like I said, the show's evolving and propagate your own reality, Hulk, says Charles Looney. Because I want to be a part of something bigger. I don't want to just, like every other fucking crypto program on the internet, just sit there for about 13 minutes or 17 minutes, whatever it is the average. Listen to them go over news. They're going to read one article a minute. They're going to probably go over one article a minute, play a couple video clips of something. Like, I'm not trying to do this shit. Like, look, I am a very proactive kind of a person. And if I need something, I'm going to go out and get it. Like if I need like whatever it is, I'm a person that just goes and I create opportunities that enable me to get to where I want to go. I don't have to see a path because I'll blaze it myself. Okay, that's how I am. Like this channel came out of my thoughts. Thoughts become actions, and you have to motivate yourself. And that's kind of what this channel is. How do you think? Well, I found some pretty amazing things in crypto, things no other channel has a clue. All right, with this whole Ripple thing, it goes on and on with Ripple and how all this fintech started. I mean, I got the Ripple customer list for 2 years, right? No other channel has. I got all the how Ripple started it all. I got all these things, and I've been showing you over the years how Ripple did it, and they pulled it. There's incentives. I don't necessarily want to get into spilling the guts of everything in Ripple. That's not my intent, but your intent, a person's intention, is very powerful. It starts within you. And you have to, well, let's get out. This is not a how do I find shit moment here. But we got Hyperscale, and there's their website there. Let's get into what they're doing in this article. But yeah, I'd like to talk to these people. I'd like to get a hold of Hyperscale and be like, what up? What are you guys up to over there? Do copy and a paste. Okay, Hyperscale. Hyperscale Data is a company that I'm going to get access to. I'm gonna look into my Fidelity account and start getting access to Hyperscale and some of the things like stocks and the other companies. Hyperscale is involved in some different companies and subsidiaries, and I'm going to start getting access to that. But let's look here what we got. You got Yahoo News, and there's an article here on Hyperscale. The title is a $5 billion Hyperscale lease shaping the investment case for Applied Digital? So there's a company called Applied Digital, and they need power. They need power for AI. Let's read the article. Let's go down the rabbit trail and have some fun. Applied Digital is a company, and it announced October 2025 that it signed a 15-year lease agreement with U.S. based. See, I get you guys in early, okay? On my program, I'm open to the universe and ideas, and what we have here is I introduced you guys to GPUS, so it's a stock, GPUS. The company's called Hyperscale Data, and I'm going to be getting access to this and buying it, and these other ones too, these stocks that you guys got into. I want access into this. Hyperscale Data made a deal with Applied Digital for a 15-year lease with a U.S.-based investment-grade hyperscaler. So what Hyperscale Data does is that they are a hyperscaler, okay? So this Applied Digital company made a 15-year lease agreement to get 200 megawatts of capacity at its Polaris Forge 2 campus near Harwood, North Dakota. Represents approximately $5 billion in total contracted revenue. This agreement expands Applied Digital's total leased capacity in North Dakota to 600 megawatts and highlights the company's rapid expansion in AI. What I'm showing you guys right here is another opportunity. We have a company called Applied Digital. Might want to look into it. It's an AI company. We're looking at first mover advantage. This might be a company you want to get into also. Go look it up yourself, Applied Digital. If a lot of you feel that this is a company you want me to go deeper on, then I'll look into Applied Digital as well and do a show on it, okay? But today's show is Hyperscale, and that's what I'm focusing on. But I'm open to others as well because I want you guys to have the same way I will do a deep dive on a crypto. If you guys are going to seriously put money, you want to put $500 or something into any of these companies, if enough of you really want me to, I can, the same way I do deep dives on the crypto and dig through the past 5, 10, 20 years or whatever, I can do the same on a company as well. Because, I mean, I'm here to help you with information. I can give you information, and then you can make a better decision whether you want to invest in a company or not. I can do a deep dive and find some great information for you. We might come back, let's not touch it, or this guy who runs this company has a history of ripping people off or whatever. Like I can go back and whatever it takes, 30 years and stuff, and pull up shit. So, because I'll tell you, first mover advantage, all this AI, this is all brand new. Why not have a crypto and stock channel? New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, penny stock, crypto, gold. This is opportunity. I'm trying to give you opportunities. I'd say I'm a pretty good investigator. And if you're interested and you want to say, hey, let's look up, I mean, most of you guys are, the $500 people, you can just call me up and say, hey, this, da. Or if you're just a regular person, you can contact me however you do. But especially if I've got a lot of people that are Crypto Hawk fans, if I see a certain stock, then I can look it up and study it and present it, and you guys can see if you want to dump money into it and then pump and dump the stock. I mean, it's up to you. It's fine. I'm just here to give you information. That's all I'm doing. So we got this Applied Digital company, and they're out of North Dakota. They need power, so they're going to our friends, Hyperscale Data, okay? We are at the very beginning of all this. That's why we want to get into stuff early. Crypto Hawks talk about these companies when they're early, and they're like $1.70, and next thing you know, they're $8. Within 10 months, we went up 800% on some of this shit in 10 months. Your stockbrokers out there ain't doing that shit for you. These guys are fucking useless, okay? Because they're not going to research. Let's move on. This agreement between Hyperscale Data and Applied Digital's total lease capacity in North Dakota to 600 megawatts and highlights the company's rapid, here we go, oh my God, this is what we want. We want to invest in a brand new, how can I put this? A brand new area of technology mixed with fintech. We want at the very beginning. We don't want to invest in this shit when it's already $500 or $1,000, or $3,000. We want to get into a companies that, what it says right here, rapid expansion in AI and high-performance computing, infrastructure for large-scale clients. Let's get into shit where we don't have to be accredited investors, because you got me to deep dive the fuck out of whatever company you want. I come up with the best shit, okay, because I know you guys are relying on me to come up with information, because you're putting in fucking real money. We're not playing with monopoly money. And the information Crypto Hawk deep dives helps you make better decisions about what you want to do, whether you want to get into a company or not. That's what I'm here for, to help get you the best information, and you could make your own decision. This article here says, we'll examine how this significant long-term lease with a major hyperscaler shapes Applied Digital's growth outlook and contract revenue predictability. To be a shareholder in Applied Digital, you need to believe in the company's ability to lock in huge long-term contracts with hyperscalers and scale its AI and HPC infrastructure faster than the competitors. The recently announced $5 billion 15-year lease with a major hyperscaler bolsters revenue predictability and strengthens the short-term catalyst of securing large AI clients. But customer concentration risk remains significant. So there's a risk when you invest, obviously, in a Applied Digital. I'm not telling anybody to invest in shit. That's how the shows light up. I give information and you got to do with it what you want. Okay. There's always a risk. What if something happens to Applied Digital and it goes bankrupt or something? So these are all risks. What we want to do is find companies early, very, 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 very early. So early, in fact, we don't even have crypto laws. This is what I'm talking about. Finding early mover advantage companies in AI, a field that hasn't even taken off. And now we're working on 15-year lease deals with $5 billion. That's what I want access to, me as an investor. I'm not talking about you because I can't tell you to invest. So they're securing large-scale AI clients, but customer concentration risk remains significant. So there's a significant risk here. So what do we know? Don't ever invest more than you can afford to lose. And the way I invest is I invest in companies that I investigate the fuck out of, and I want to work with their customers. That's how I do it. I don't even give a fuck with this Yahoo, the person that wrote this Yahoo article. I'm going to do my own research. I don't even care who the fuck who's writing this article because I know I'm probably better at researching. Well, I know that I am. If I put my mind to something, I'm a better researcher than whoever this news reporter is that wrote this fucking article. What's their name? I don't see. Well, it doesn't matter. But I trust myself more than these analysts. I'm my own analyst, okay? Applied Digital investment narrative recap. Let's go. Of the recent company announcements, the finalized lease with CoreWeave. CoreWeave is the name of a company for an additional 150 megawatts at Polaris Forge number 1. So this looks like a different site. Is especially relevant since it highlights Applied Digital's ongoing success with securing multi-billion-dollar long-term contracts. This trend underpins both near-term revenue visibility and the company's expansion narrative. Though it relies on a small group of hyperscale customers and eager uptake of new capacity. However, it is critical for investors to be aware that in contrast, a heavy dependence on just a handful of large clients means what you want to do. I mean, this is pretty obvious. If you're Applied Digital, you want a bunch of people to provide you power because if you don't want one point of failure. You don't want to just lock up with one company because if that company that provides you power goes under, goes bankrupt, you're fucked, okay? So that's what they're kind of talking about here. Applied Digital Outlook anticipates almost $1 billion in revenue and $100 million earnings by 2028. This scenario relies on 73% annual revenue growth rate and a $260 million increase in earnings from the total of $160 million. Simply Wall Street community members published 32 different fair value estimates for Applied Digital, spanning from about $3 to $43 per share. Oh, shit. With the company's revenue growth now closely tied to a few large hyperscale contracts, explore how other investors assess this risk profile. So these are things that you'd have to do. Or, I mean, I could look into some of this. We want to do some research on this company and just determine like this Applied Digital. That would be later because I'd kind of have to look more into hyperscale data, drill down into that company more, and then start comparing Applied Digital. And then there's things you got to start learning about power. You can't start just always investing in different things. But again, getting in early, this isn't rocket science. I could figure some of this shit out and figure out how power systems work and the biggest ones and da-da-da and who the customers. You know, you got competition with Facebook and all these people coming out with AI and shit. So, but it's very interesting. And if you follow a company, you know, check into it, check the company yourself every, maybe do a once a month deep dive on the company, see what's happened over the past month, 2 months, 3 months. You just don't buy a stock and let it go. You got to keep up on these people because if these bastards get lazy, then somebody fucks up, you lose all your money. So, but we could definitely do that. Like if people are interested, I can go back and then a month later do another deep dive and see what happened over the past month. And it could be a thing where you buy it at $3 and then it's $43. I mean, all that shit's possible. Or it could be where you buy it for $3 and then it's worthless. So that's okay. Early movers are taking notice. See the stocks they're targeting before they've flown the coop. That's the end of that article right there. The article is by Simply Wall Street. Is general in nature. We provide commentary based on historical data and analyst forecasts only. I could deep dive the fuck out of this better than these people are probably using AI to do this, and it's fucking low level kindergarten shit. So if you're interested, I'll deep dive it. But yeah, I'm not concerned. I wouldn't go to this Yahoo or this fucking Wall Street people for my financial shit. I'd do it my DIY, do it myself and figure the shit out. All right, let's look through some comments and go to the next article here. 33C, GPs today was about the lowest I could get in. Hyperscale current price, 34 cents. Oh, shit. Sounds like a perfect time to go in. Applied Digital was $9 a year ago. Now it's $31. Oh, shit. Okay. Most of the stocks Hulk talked about are on Kraken. Let's get stupid rich on all this shit I'm in. My brother is in South Lake Tahoe. Can we say hi to Hulk on the way there? Oh my God. All right. Let me go to the next article here. I'm going to click out. So Applied Digital is about $31. Okay. I mean, shit. Like you never know where this stuff can go. You know, again, you got long-term, short-term. You guys could buy that stock, and as it's pumping and bumping, you can sell and buy and just like whatever you want, and then burn it out and go on to another one. I mean, all possible. You can long haul it if you want. Maybe you want to get into some of these stocks and hold it for 1 to 2 to 3 years or something, and then it's $500 a piece, and you got 10 of them, so that's $5,000 you made. I mean, it's just whatever you want, and you can look for cheap ones like the hyperscale data one, 34 cents or something. So there's all kinds of opportunities. If you find a good one, then shoot it to me and I'll look it up, put it on the show. Shit. Just don't send me dumb shit, all right? But if you have something you think looks really good and you're hearing some things and it's cheap on top of that, then now we could do the cheap ones, you know, too. We could just do like shit that's like under $5 or something. So let me click out of that one there. All right. I want to go FIS. Let's go with the biggest payment company in the world, okay? And it's not Visa. We're talking about a payment processor. FIS, Ripple Partner, Fidelity Information System. This is so huge. D-Wave. I mean, that's another great one as well. I could do a deep dive on a D-Wave and Urian Lopez, welcome to the entry-level membership program. Okay, here we go. FIS. I got another, after I go through this one, we're going to go over Seals Q. So you might want to stick around because we got another stock coming up in about 5 or 10 minutes. We got another investment opportunity with Seals Q if you're brand new. They came up with something interesting right here. Then in the morning, I got a stock as well. We're going over stock in the morning show, 7 a.m. Okay, so this article right here is called FIS puts value creation at the heart of money movement. Now, this was an actual video. It's an 8-minute video. I'm not going to go over it, but if you want to watch it, this is payments. This is a website called PYMNTS. I've been using this website for years. This is a real world use case website. Payments is a no bullshit, no hype. They got all the people from the real world, managers. They got Visa executives. Like, payments is where I go to when I want to talk about a crypto and have real world use case. Okay, so this site is very legitimate. Now, the article's kind of long. It's not talking about anything necessarily specific. You're not going to hop on a stock today or crypto and buy it and pump it and dump it. But what we're going to do here is this is very Ripple related as far as the tech. Ripple's not mentioned, but I have the evidence to show that they're partners and they're using Ripple's patented stuff like that. So this is an interview. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cherry pick this. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read some stuff. I'll be quiet for a minute, read some stuff, and then we're going to go over some of the evidence, and then we'll go to the Seals Q article. So let me start here. Moving money may be routine, but adding value to that motion is anything but. What FIS is talking about in this article for 8 minutes, the video relates to the article and stuff. So for 8 minutes, they're talking about what in the past, moving money was horrible because you'd have, like, let's say different silos, like different islands, right? The island of B of A, and not everybody could go on that island. And the island of B of A wouldn't really interoperate with Wells Fargo's island. It was a big fucking disaster for the past every year. What we got now is the internet. And since 2015, I've been talking about this for shit forever. But in 2015, Ripple put the Interledger Protocol in the HTTP 402 of the internet, which was for the very first time in 2015. It was used for the very first time to test it in 2016. But this was the first time that we really had an interoperable money system. This is what this whole FIS kind of guy is talking about, is that right now, for the first time, it doesn't take 3 hours to send money, and we can also send money in real time, and then we can also bring more value to it's not just doing a transaction, it's trying to bring more to it than just that, okay? Let's look into this. Speed is merely the starting point of what comes next. Having a fast transaction, that's great. But they're trying to do so much more with payments, you have no idea, okay? For years, the defining challenge was whether systems could move money in real time. That has changed. Those questions are not gone, but they're no longer the only goal. So like I said, the goal was to get faster payments and stuff, but now it's like, now what else can we do on top of fast payments? That's what we're looking for right here. They're trying to build ecosystems that can better serve your clients, okay? He described the shift as one moving money to building ecosystems, turning payments into a strategic asset that offers more actionable insights. Helps bank serve clients more effectively and unlock the value embedded in every transaction. Payments equal the lifeblood of business activity for their clients. Banks expect systems to handle or endure a regional power outage, cyber attack. Banks want to know, see, it's not just setting a payment, like what happens if something's hacked. What this new technology is we can a lot of times go offline, send a transaction offline. Doesn't have to be, online. So these are brand new payment systems that are bringing a better experience. That's what these banks are talking about, using AI to prevent fraud in payments, okay? FIS supports more than 50 different payment schemes. So what we got here is this FIS is the world's biggest payment processor. And what they're talking about now is payments are going to have to adapt. See, what he's been saying is for the past history, banks and financial institutions, they do the same thing all the time. And right now, these banks all have to change. And also, we don't know in 5, 10, 20 years from now, all this AI might bring a whole new payment system on top of that. So this is where we're at. This is a big deal. It's kind of complicated. The tech is there. Let me scroll through here. So the guy, let me skip that part. Modernization of the bank's technology stacks. This becomes table stakes. Everyone talks about it, but for FIS, the work goes beyond a cloud migration strategy. The goal is to build platforms banks can actually adopt without ripping and replacing everything built over the years. The approach centers on interoperability, right there, and that's Ripple, okay, and reduced disruption. We're building what I believe to be the future of money. And they say that again later here. The payoff is a foundation, like a Ripple foundation. The payoff is a foundation to leverage the future of money. They say it twice, 2 different paragraphs, but they're saying it again. As banks adopt FIS's money movement hub. So FIS has a money movement hub. We all know, we've heard the Ripple liquidity hub. I showed you already yesterday, like no other channel has shown. I've shown you already that Ripple is the government, and they've had all this stuff worked out, and FIS is right there rolling it out. That is the FIS money movement hub of interoperability and the future of money. And you saw it on Crypto Hulk Show and nowhere else, how all this Ripple Singapore, Ripple Russia, Ripple China, Ripple Israel, on and on. Ripple has hooked up all this, and now it's all coming together. We're seeing this. This is the world's biggest payment processor talking about their. Now I'm going to show you who their money hub is. They're claiming it's FIS's money movement hub. I'm going to show you who really made their hub. And we all know who it is. Modernization. So we're talking about the modernization of the banking and payment system is a long bench effort. It's not one thing, he said. It's many things that have to happen to have it go right. So here's the thing. That we've got to hook up everything in the world from cable TV and satellites and just everything that's going on, people's phones, cars, and all that. We've got to hook them all up together. And you can't fuck up, okay? So I can't tell you when all this stuff is going to happen, but what we're seeing here is the world's biggest payment processor hooking it up and explaining in an interview. So if you're brand new, this would be a good article to and watch the video as well. Now we're going to go to Wikipedia. Let me show you FIS in case you're new. I got 15 minutes here. That'll be enough. We'll get to Seals Q. Here is the Wikipedia page for FIS. Fidelity National Information System. It says here in the first paragraph, Fidelity FIS is most known for its development of financial technology, everybody. Let's look in the second paragraph. FIS became the largest processing and payments company in the world. That's who we're talking about on this show right here. Scroll down to where it says mergers, acquisitions, and divestments. Scroll down to almost near the bottom. It says WorldPay right there. Now, FIS just recently sold WorldPay, but where did WorldPay come from? Out of FIS. FIS bought them, okay, years ago, and now they're selling them. WorldPay. Now, why is that important? Let's look up WorldPay, because WorldPay is running on Ripple. Oh, man. And they have a patent. They have a patent. Here's the title of this one. WorldPay patent highlights Ripple's role in blockchain-based settlement services. Let's go to the first, because you got Stellar hooked up in this too. So listen, this will be, I'm almost done wrapping this one up. First paragraph. In a recent groundbreaking development, WorldPay, a leading global payment company, has unveiled a patent that prominently features Ripple's network as a stellar example. Notice how they use that word stellar. They're not talking about the crypto stellar because it's with a lowercase s. Stellar means like the stars and shit. They're using a lowercase s. But I'm going to show you something. So Ripple, they're using Ripple's network as a stellar example within the Hyperledger framework. But guess what? Hyperledger is a Stellar partner. So Stellar is integrated into Hyperledger. Here's your evidence right here. Bam. Let's look at this article really quick. Stellar IBM partnership and IBM's 3 Stellar products. Let's scroll down to where it says private networks via Hyperledger. The second sentence reads, the Stellar Development Foundation, so that's XLM Crypto, the Stellar Development Foundation joined the Hyperledger Foundation as an associate member. So what do we got here, Crypto Hulk? We've got the Crypto Stellar, its technology mixed into IBM. We've got that mixed into WorldPay, who's a Ripple partner. So now, actually, they're using, I'm sure they are partners, probably non-disclosure agreement, but they actually, WorldPay has Ripple. They're using the technology. It's in a patent. You got IBM and Stellar mixed into that. And then you got FIS. FIS is that company right there. And let's look at one last thing. Let me check. I used to have an article here. Oh, I know how I can find it. Hold on a minute. Here we go. Now, FIS is a Ripple partner. Here's your evidence right here. I'm just going to read the top of this article here. Ripple, now this is from You Today. Ripple partner FIS teams up with the clearinghouse to set up quick payments for U.S. banks. Ripple partner FIS teams up with the clearinghouse to integrate a new real-time payment service for small and mid-sized U.S. banks, with 2 major ones beginning trials. This is 5 years ago. Let me tell you something. I don't know why all this shit's taken so long. We're reading an article here from 5 years ago that says Ripple is helping small and mid-sized banks. Does this shit really take 5 years? I don't think it does. I'm gonna tell you what, I think a lot of this shit, it's all fake. They got dark pools, they're buying, moving crypto. We just don't see it. There's private ledgers. I'm telling you what, that's how the flip of the switch happens. These motherfuckers are already hooked up. Okay. They're just like pretending like they don't know what the fuck it is. You go to your local bank, small or mid-sized bank, they probably got hooked up with Ripple 5 years ago. They're all, well, we don't know what crypto is. Yeah, we don't know anything about Ripple. I'm like, are you fucking serious? So that's what I'm seeing. Oh, wait, hold on. Gino Lim says, I took out a loan today and saw Cross River Bank and Stellar in small writing. Oh, Cross River was one of Ripple's first banks. I think in the United States, it was like the first bank Ripple partner. Stellar, let's look at that. Jed McCaleb helped form Ripple. Jed then left and went to Stellar and started Stellar. There's your connection. Now we're seeing Ripple is helping small to mid-sized banks. That was in the last article with FIS as a partner. Very, very interesting. Now let's get into Seals Q. We got 9 minutes. So in Seals Q, the price went up 9%. And you got Yahoo Finance again trying to figure out why. We all know why. This thing's awesome. Now it goes up, down. So it's not a bad, it's an awesome crypto. I mean, a stock, but it deals with Hedera and shit. Let's just focus on Seals Q by itself. Seals Q is up 90% after launching quantum proof security and forging high profile partnerships. I'm telling you what, man, I can't tell you to get Seals Q. Seals Q recently announced a series of developments in post-quantum security. You know what? This Seals Q is like always in the news. Like I'm sure every week I could find at least once where Seals Q is doing something. And the same with that hyperscale data. But let's focus on the Seals Q. We already did the hyperscale. Seals Q released, it looks like they're unveiling their Quantum Shield QS7071 secure chip. Now listen to this. This is different. I want you to see this. This is not just crypto we're talking about. This is a company with stock. It's LAES. If you wanted to buy it, it's LAES. I want you to see what they're doing. This is not just a typical news article. I want you to hear what's going on here. This Seals Q is growing. They're putting, listen to this. They're getting their quantum computer resistant chips and they're releasing them. This is going to go fucking insane eventually. I don't know if it's not going to go insane tomorrow. And you're going to wish when Seals Q is like at $1,000. Oh man, I should have took a loan. I should have got it. I'm going to hear you saying that fucking dumb shit. Okay. And then I'm going to I'm going to kick you off the channel for being a dumbass. Don't complain. If you're not going to get this shit, don't fucking complain when it's at $1,000 because we all don't want to hear your dumbass saying, oh man, I should have took a loan and bought some of that. No, you should have got your fucking ass off my show for being a dumb shit. You have new partnerships with Seals Q. And where are these partners? In the automotive, and satellite sectors. You want to know why? Because all these cars, everybody, are going to connect. Oh, shit. You know, all the self-driving cars and shit like that? The article doesn't say this, but I already know how this has to go down. Okay, look, all this self-driven car shit, this shit ain't going to fucking work, okay? Unless, now this wasn't in the article. I'm just saying this because I've already known this already. Cars are going to have to talk to each other. Okay, right now, hey, it's good to put up sensors like every so often so the AI can look at them. But what if it's like cloudy and whatever? And that's good. The sensors are good in case there's a lot of fog so it could read stuff. Okay. But what you have to do is have all these cars have to go on a interoperable. So it's not in this article. I'm just telling you, this is the shit that I already know. From you should already know it too if it's crypto. What we're going to have with cars is an interoperable platform where all these cars are interoperable, where all these cars communicate to each other. If I'm driving a car, I got to be able to talk to the other cars. Like if I'm going to do something crazy and try to drive on the other side of the street, then your AI needs to tell my AI and turn that wheel. You know, I'm saying like that's what's going to happen. These cars are all going to have to communicate and talk to each other because you're going to have times you're going to have AI that's not going to know what to do. But the more you interconnect, I want you to see what's going on. The more you interconnect all these cars together, but then we have a problem because you need a quantum shield. And that's where SEALSQ is coming in to stop quantum attacks on cars because we're moving in. We'll see this here later in the article, but we're moving in an area where cars are going to be all interconnected. And if you start hacking cars, you're going to have people crashing them. Or you can hack into somebody's car and steal information. Think of how many cars are on the planet. Think of how many phones. Look, the SEALSQ, that quantum shield QS7001, imagine how many devices are in the world. Cars, planes, trains, and automobiles, cell phones, computers, cable routers, stereo components that have Bluetooth. All this shit's going to need all this quantum shield stuff. We're talking trillions. If you got billions of people, you've got trillions of gadgets. I got 2 people right now living in this house. Do you know how many internet compatible devices, gadgets, whatever, cars? We've probably got in this house 50 fucking things that are either Bluetooth, that catch Wi-Fi, at least 50 devices in this house, and 2 of us right now in this house at the moment. I could probably count 50 fucking things in this house that runs either through Bluetooth, radio frequency, shit like that. Now that's just 2 people. Now multiply that by 6 billion people on the planet, and we're talking about a fucking quadrillion worth. That's what's going to make this SEALSQ go insane in the price, okay? SEALSQ is moving into automotive and satellite sectors. Oh, damn. And a strategic investment to advance post-quantum readiness in financial services. SEALSQ is going to move into all the fintech, just letting you know. Every single transaction that happens in the world, they're going to probably get a part of it, okay? SEALSQ is integration of certified post-quantum cryptography across critical industries. And they're collaborating with MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. That is so fucking huge right now, okay? Now they start talking about rare earth metals are an input to most high-tech devices. Military, oh man, the military's in with SEALSQ. The military and defense systems and electric devices, everybody. This is getting so huge. There is a global race to secure these critical minerals needed for all of this. I'm just looking through this article. So that would be the end of this article right here. I think tomorrow I have another article on SEALSQ about the cars and shit like that. With the AI that they're going to be putting in all these vehicles so they can communicate and talk to each other. Like, it's the reason I like SEALSQ. It just never ends. They find new ways to get their it's not like they just hook up your home stereo. They do the home stereo, the microwave, all your phones, your mouse pads, your fucking router. Like they're figuring out ways to get SealsQ's trying to figure out a way to get their technology into everything. That's how you know. The day they quit trying to get their technology is when their stock dumps. As long as we keep seeing these fuckers coming on every week with some new shit they're trying to do, then they're going to keep growing. This stock is going to keep growing. So there's your article. You can read it on your own. And let me see where we're at. We are at 1 hour right now. We're done. Robert Driscoll's talking about gas and water meters, SealsQ, cybersecurity for drones. It just never ends. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like if you get a chance to get into SealsQ for like $1 or $8 or whatever it is, like do it. If it dumps, I can't tell you to buy it, but buy it. Oh yeah, don't forget about medical equipment with all those electronics. It's never going to end. The SealsQ is already in the government. We know this. We read last time. SealsQ is in the government and defense contracts. So it's in. And they're working with HBAR, which is a crypto. And that's why HBAR is my biggest holding at Caleb Brown. So if you look below my channel, you'll see the Crypto Hulk Lawyer. I'd highly suggest you get the Crypto Hulk Lawyer if you can afford it, because if not, your government's going to try to take all your shit. What I'm trying to do is I just got my folders and stuff. I'm going to put all my crypto in a corporation so it won't be mine. It'll be the corporation owned. And my corporation's name is secret. And the people involved in it are secret. So nobody's going to know who owns that crypto. They're going to know that maybe some corporation owns it, but they're not going to know who's working in that corporation. There has to be a judge and shit's going to have to bust that case open. Salvador Ramirez, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. If I buy a new vehicle ever again, you can bet I'm leasing that bitch. I don't want any part of the repair cost. If you get a good warranty on the car, I leased for probably the past, and I just recently got a vehicle. I leased for 7 years or some shit like that. Like maybe the past 10 years. Oh yeah, leased for the past 10 years. Now I bought a vehicle. It's covered under warranty, I believe, for 5 years. 5 years. And then I got the one where they do all the brakes and oil changes and all that shit, like that package. So for that, now because I normally don't keep a car more than 5. Now, if it gets to where I want to keep this one maybe longer, then I can extend that lease. I can extend the warranty through the dealer, and it's, to me, affordable. But yeah, at least you don't have to do shit. So Hulk SealsQ is great. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. That'll be it. That's a wrap. And I got a good one lined up for tomorrow morning, and we got some investment opportunities that I don't want you to get involved in. So there's a disclaimer on that one. So I'll see you 7 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow.